so excited for that. First, though, tonight in our nightcap on ESPN, the Nuggets taking on the Lakers at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. And I recently sat down with Nuggets All-Star center Nikola Jokic. We discussed his journey, right, from being the 41st pick in the draft. If he wins MVP, that will be the lowest drafted player to win the award ever. How he went through changing his body, changing his approach, and getting to this season where he is not only the MVP favorite, but leading this Nuggets team without Jamal Murray now. Take a look.
Jokic, what a pass! Jokic looking all universe right now. Another brilliant dish.
He's just one of the best passers in the league, period.
Nikola, it has been another season of just eye-popping passes, moves that look like they're made out of silk. You grew up in Serbia, and you played a lot of other sports besides basketball. You played soccer, and you also played a little bit of water polo with your friends. A lot of the one-handed passes or those sidearm passes seem to come from that. How much was the way you grew up doing all these different things an influence on how you play today?
To be honest, I always say I'm playing this way since I started playing basketball. Even now, I play all other sports, volleyball, spike ball, water polo. That helps too, to see some different sports, a different point of view, what I can do, So and I enjoying playing other sports.
You have the signature move, which the Nuggets play-by-play broadcaster has nicknamed the Sambor Shuffle after your hometown.
Jokic, Sambor Shuffle is good!
Warriors' Draymond Green had a different way of describing it. He called it that right-footed joint, and he kept talking about how difficult it was to defend.
He hit a couple of those right foot joints that he shoot on me, like frustrating as hell. You feel like you've done everything you could possibly do to make him take a bad shot, and it hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
But that move was invented out of difficult circumstances, right?
Yeah. I twisted my left ankle, and I just was shooting upstairs in a practice facility. It was kind of a little bit painful to jump over the both legs, and I kind of started jumping over the right leg. And the ball was going in. I said, maybe I can use this, and it's working since then.
With the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Nikola Jokic.
When you first got to the league, did you think you were drafted too low?
I didn't even know. I mean, I was sleeping. My brother called me, and he was partying, or opening champagne, I don't know, something. And he was in New York at that time, and I was like, "Come on, brother, I'm sleeping." So, in that moment, I didn't even think it's a big thing, because I never imagined myself coming here.
When you first came over to play in the NBA, you were not the slim, trim muscle machine that you are now, Nikola. How would you describe your body back then?
I mean, when I first started playing basketball back home in Serbia, Belgrade, I really couldn't do a push-up. And then I came here. Here I was really probably the worst body or worst strength condition in the NBA.
Come on, saying you were the worst conditioned player in the NBA? I think you're being a little hard on yourself. You really think that?
I was not far away from the worst, so I think personally.
I did hear that before you came to the NBA, you used to drink a gallon of Coca-Cola a day?
Yeah. And I love it. I drink the last Coke, my first summer league, on the airplane coming to America, and I remember it.
You were already eating better after those first few years in the league, but once the NBA shut down for COVID and you were back in Serbia, you got really serious about your workouts, about your diet.
I just wanted to change something, I wanted to see, can I do it? Can I really change my body? And I lost a lot of pounds, and I feel much better, To be honest, I still don't run faster. I think it's just main thing, I don't get tired that fast. I can play a lot longer. I think by changing my body helps me a little bit in defensive too, and experience,
All of this has combined to make you the favorite for the MVP award this year, and we've heard other guys who are in the conversation say, I should be MVP and here is why, or another guy, I should be MVP and here is why. You never say anything like that. How come?
I mean, I never think about it, to be honest. I didn't came here to want to be an MVP of the league, I always think someone is better than me, I want to compete to beat him. So just by that mentality, I always gonna I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be underdog always.
Murray's down and hurt. Oh my goodness. He's reaching down for the knee, and man.
You guys really seemed on track to be right there in title contention this year. I know that is your biggest goal. And then Jamal Murray goes down.
Yeah.
What goes through your head after the initial just being concerned for your friend about what it's going to do to the rest of your season?
It's hard, because I really miss him. He's someone he's really he's competing. He's really competitive. He's like dog on the floor. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be nice, but as long as we have the win, I think the only way we can do it is together. It's fun when you play together. When you pass the ball, when you share the ball, when you're playing for each other, then the whole team is happy.
Thing you saw from him this weekend?
That pass, Rachel, that might have been the best pass that I've seen in the last 10 years since D. Wade threw a full court pass to LeBron James. I mean, he's just phenomenal.
Okay, but Perk, the best pass you've seen in the last 10 years? Come on now, friend. We just saw a great drop pass that Luka made the other night. But I love LaMelo. It's great for the Hornets that he's back. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, but Jackie, what I'm saying is he threw an underhanded pass on time, on target, almost 94 feet through traffic, over the top like Tom Brady.
Miss Modesty, Cole Anthony, not shy after his game-winning three on Saturday. Take a listen.
Was that the same feeling tonight, Cole?
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. That was the play we drew up. Came off that. Seen I had Kyle Anderson on me. I was like, yeah, it's game time. Trying to get this money.
Jackie, you know what I always say about Cole? He got it from his daddy. Do you think that is where this confidence comes from as well?
Just about to say that. Born in the right household. You know what? I like positive self-talk. Even when the Magic were struggling, this kid was struggling early on, and he's like, nope, I'm worth it. I'm worth the first round pick, and I'm going to show y'all, and I'm going to show y'all all year long. Positive self-talk. Go with it.
I love it. When you get that first shining moment as an NBA player, a game winner, hey, shine. Do what you do, young fella.
So good. Make reputations. The Blazers have won 4 straight. Friday, Dame hit back-to-back shots from the logo. Perk, don't the Nets know they're supposed to guard him out there? Do they not have television?
I mean, it's in Dame Dollar that they got range to pull up from half court. I mean, you got to get up, DJ. You got to get up. I guarantee you Steve Nash reminded him about it.
You know what? I'm going to throw...
The Trailblazers were in a bit of a tailspin. Guess what? They kept on fighting, and now they've won all those games in a row. Missed timing, Jason Tatum.
The finish line.
I agree. Look, they got Orlando Magic next on their schedule. They should be fine without Jaylen Brown. Neesmith has been playing great basketball. Peyton Pritchard has been stepping up. So I'm not concerned. They should hold them out for a few games.
All right, guys, I want to take a look at today's Magic Moments brought to you by Walt Disney World. Friday night, we're talking about Jason Tatum again because he tied the Celtics single-game scoring record with 60 points. It was part of a 32-point comeback to beat the Spurs in overtime. Amazing performance. Got the good photo afterward, but this team still is in need of more wins. They're sitting in the 7th seed in the East. So, Jackie, is the 60-point game something, nothing, or everything?
Oh, it's definitely something, Rachel, because they were getting booed off the floor in the first half, and he literally single-handedly brought them back. And the 60 points were incredible, but just as impressive to me, the 0 turnovers, because he was handling the ball all through this game, very high degree of difficulty, and he would have been very turnover. This is a huge win for them, believe it or not. This would have been the worst loss of the year had it gone down that way.
Yeah, and listen, it was a 60-piece wing dinner Cajun rub, okay? Because he did it in great fashion, and I'm going to tell you why it's everything to me. When you look at all the contenders around the league, and I strongly believe a healthy Celtic roster, their ceiling is to reach the finals. They went to the conference finals last season. So with that being said, you have to have a superstar, a guy that is capable of erupting for historical nights. When you look around the league in the Eastern Conference, you got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Giannis, Joel Embiid. Well, the Boston Celtics have Jason Tatum, a guy that scored 53 and 60 points in 1 week, a guy that is averaging 48 points over his last 3 games. I mean, that's what you need in order to rise to the top. And he's taking that leap, and I love to see it.
And it's just got to give them confidence, right? Especially as we just mentioned, if Jaylen Brown ends up sitting out the next game, just having that knowledge that your guy on your court can dig you out of that hole. You don't want to depend on it, but it's good to know it's there. All right, coming up, guys, you're going to see my conversation with the MVP favorite, Nikola Jokic. I'm really excited to show you our whole discussion, the evolution of his journey. First, though, I do want to talk about Evan Fournier while we're still on the topic of the Celtics. He missed 2 weeks with COVID, has really struggled since returning to the lineup. Fournier finally broke out with a 21-point game against the Blazers, but after the game, he described his lingering symptoms. Take a listen.
It's like I have a concussion, you know. Right now, it's actually doing a little bit better, but at first, it's like the bright lights were bothering my eyes, and my vision was, blurry, and